what if you could use Siri to send data to your own web app that you've built yourself? Now that will be a much longer video. This is simply a beginner point, and if it's popular, I'll record some follow-up videos, because I think that the Shortcuts app on macOS and on iOS and on watchOS and iPadOS is criminally underused. So in this video, I'm simply going to show you how we can send data from the macOS app to a Bubble.io app. Bubble.io is a no-code platform. We've made hundreds of videos about that and how to build a web app with no code on this channel. But I'm just going to show you how we can send some data between them. So let's first of all open up Siri Shortcuts. So I'm going to add in a new shortcut. Track this down. And I'll just call this one send data to Bubble with shortcuts. Okay, and then we just need to send a HTTP request. So that's a get content from URL. And you could actually use this to send data to any API. For example, the smart lights, I've got the illumination over my shoulder. They don't have an app that has the necessary API to connect straight to their servers, make a change, etc. But they do have a public API on their website, and then I can get an API key. And I just set up my own custom request in order to turn my lights on and off. So I'm setting a post request simply because post is the request type that I can send the most kind of structured data with. And then I'm going to add in some data. So data is a combination of key and value, and we've got different data types here. So I'm simply going to say name, and the value is Matt. And then the let's add in, just to add in some variation, we'll send in a number, and we shall say day of the month. Okay. Spell that right? Yeah. And so it is the 3rd. Okay. And so now I need to send that through to my Bubble app. So if I go into my Bubble app, I am in back-end workflows. If you don't see this, you enable them in settings. And this is just preparing an endpoint. It's like a URL that is ready to receive data. So I would say new API workflow. It needs to be public. I shall call this one, just call it Siri. And I'm going to put it into this training mode. If I just go back a few steps, so I'm saying detect, request data, detect data, and so this is providing an endpoint which I then put in here, and it's ready to receive data, and it's ready to learn the structure. So the structure here is that it's JSON and that it's name and it's another field called day of month. So I'm just going to run it. And I'm going to say allow. And then if I go back to Bubble, there we go. Really simple. It's understood the structure and it's received the data back. So if you want to see me do more with macOS shortcuts, iOS shortcuts, etc., this is just the start. So actually, this is going to give you an example. I can sign a user up with that. I've not got an email address, so let's just make some changes. Let's make some changes. So I'm going to put in here another key and say email, and I'm going to say example@example.com. I'm then going to retrain the detect data. I'm going to send this back through. Click save. I then actually need to remove initialize. We only use initialize to train it, so I'd remove initialize, and then I can start plugging in the data that comes through. So it'd be request data, email. Now I've not taken the password. There are some security implications to consider for this, but I can just randomly add in a password. So we could say, let's say 12 characters of letters and numbers, special characters. Yeah. Okay, and then I can set the name. Don't just write it in, I get the name from like that. Okay. I need to make a couple of changes here, which is that it can run without authentication. And now, in fact, let's just check. This should just work. So let's run the workflow. Excellent. And now if I go into app data, users, there it is. Here is our user, example at example.com. So we have created a user in our Bubble app using shortcuts on macOS. Now, of course, you could do anything. You could have some sort of tracker so that you could put a widget on the home screen of your iPhone that when you tap it, it adds a number to a record in your Bubble database. There is so much you can do, and if you want me to explore it more, then please leave a comment and I'll be watching the stats on this video.